Need to stop being a nervous cunt. Billy Redface, love the podcast. As soon as I have a need for any of the services that are advertised in your show, I'll make sure I go there. So, thank you. This may not rate. Jesus, get to the fucking point. I'm dying a slow death working a day job that isn't fun anymore. The money's great. I'm 32 and make a mid-six-figure salary. But like you, I'm not really motivated by more money. I would much rather, I dream on a daily basis. He wrote that all in capital letters, about doing comedy full-time. All right, Jay, this guy's making mid-six figures. He's 32 years old.
I'll trade you. You can have. I got 45 minutes. You can take it right now. Give me the mid-six figures. I'm gone.
Stand-up, improv, sketch, performing, writing, producing. I'd love to do it all. All the time. But the flip side of not being motivated by more money is being motivated by the fear of not having enough. See, I'm a nervous cunt, as you would say. Well, dude, once you're making mid-six figures and you're 32 years old, you're not nervous. You're also kind of rational, okay? You like that's why you try and start as young as you can, because you're stepping off a curb rather than a fucking 3-story building at this point that you own and have tenants in.
I didn't start till I was 31.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And what's his face retired Dangerfield, and he came back. I'm not discouraging the guy. I'm just saying that he's not.
But I wasn't making mid-six figures. I don't think I would have jumped off the curb for that.
Right, man. But he's not nervous. Is what I'm saying. He's thinking rationally. So, anyways, he goes, "See, I'm a nervous cunt, as you would say, with a New Jersey mortgage, a.k.a. the land of high taxes, bills, and a 3-year-old daughter. I can't bring myself to cut and run from the corporate country I work in. My wife and I have no debt other than the mortgage." Dude, that's great. That's great, man. And we generally live below our income level. That's also great. Those are two things you need to do.
Which people don't do anymore in this country.
You really need to do that, man. But I don't think we live at or below the income that we'd have if I stopped killing myself on a daily basis by commuting to a fucking computer instead of commuting to a couch with a laptop and a giant cup of coffee just to work on comedy shit. I love how he's romanticizing being a comedian, although he's kind of right. It's more coming out in your pajamas with a hangover, trying to figure out how to get that fucking whatever you picked up that night out of your hotel room. And then going downstairs and having a greasy breakfast to fucking, I don't know. Anyways, I have no frame of reference to know how much money could be made or how long it would take to make it. And I'm scared shitless that I don't have the talent or the balls or both to actually get paid to make people laugh. In spite of believing in All right, my friends tell me to practice the comedy shit. Dude, I can get right to the end of this. All right, this is what you got to do. You do both. Don't quit your fucking job. This is what you do. Write 5 minutes of material and go sign up for an open mic and try stand-up comedy. Okay? That way, if you go up and you eat your fucking balls and you hated it and it was humiliating and you don't ever want to do it again, you're not going to be sitting at your cubicle going, what if? You're going to be like, no, I tried it. I bombed and I didn't like it. Now, if you go down there and you go up and even if you bomb but you still like it, you know, which is a major fucking sign. If you bomb and you still like, I want to come back, then just keep coming back and keep doing that and just balancing it out. But you need to have a major talk with your wife and just say, listen, this is going to kill me if I never try this. But I promise you that there's going to be no letdown me as a husband or a father here. But there will be, a couple of nights, a month at first, just to see. I just have to know. Okay? And then if she goes, well, you're making mid-six figures and blah, 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 that's when you start pointing out all the morons that you listen to on podcasts that are making fucking money in this business. Okay? And I'm telling you, dude, if I can do it, anybody can fucking find a place. Well, not anybody. You know what I mean. If you have any sort of fucking talent, you can do it. Jay, I've watched you.
There is one thing I'd like to say real quick before you say that, because he's mentioned money a couple times. Like he's like, and then I don't know. I don't have any frame of reference of how much money I could make if I could make any or da-da-da-da-da. Right. The one thing is I don't think you can worry about that going into it because you see them every day in the clubs in L.A. and everywhere else. within 5 or 7 years, you could be a millionaire. And then you know what? 5 or 7 years after that, nobody wants to work you. I mean, because
that all goes down to what he was talking about. And it goes all down to that living within your means, paying down your house, not carrying credit card debt. Like, dude, these fucking people.
Doesn't mean that you could be smart doing that and then still not make a dime 5 years after you were making $1 million. You know what I mean? In this business.
But there's people in the NFL, in the NBA, and in show business with their own TV shows living paycheck to paycheck because they're doing the exact same fucking thing that you do, just at a much grander scale. And everybody goes, how the fuck could you fuck that up? And, you know, most people saying that are doing it at their level. Now, look, if you're not making any fucking money, I get living paycheck to paycheck, but if you don't need that extra pair of sneakers, you don't need another flat screen TV, you don't even need a fucking TV. There's ways you got to get out in front of it.
Yeah.
If when you're young, you got to start building up a fucking nest egg, and you got to get on the internet, read some books, figure out how fucking evil the game is, so you at least know how it's played, so you can take on as little water as you can, and you can fucking stay afloat because you know, there's a lot of people want to do other things, and they just got a ball and chain around their fucking neck, and financially, and they just got themselves in this thing. So if you're in that situation, just immediately start fucking. Dude, I would have a yard sale and just start selling shit, downsizing my life, and if I had to take 2 years off from fucking living the American dream and just paying myself down and getting out of that fucking debt, I would do it, and I would start over again, because that shit will fucking keep you up at night. So,
and I mean, this guy talks like he's like, you know, he is good with his money and everything. But what I'm saying is, like, just be aware of the idea of the money of it isn't why, because making mid six figures and what he's doing, 95% of the times you can't go backwards. Usually, probably what he does for a living, once he hits 150 a year, the next step is 165 to 200 a year. That's not the formula in stand-up comedy. You can make 150 3 years in a row, and guess what? By year 4, you're making 45.
No, but this is the great thing about stand-up comedy, though, is
or you can make $2 million.
No, but what's great about stand-up comedy, though, is you're never unemployed.
True.
You're never unemployed.
You're never employed.
Unless you want to, unless your ego gets in the way. Where, like, say, you know, you were selling out clubs, you know, so you're just coming in doing Thursday through Saturday. I'm not doing the Sunday show. If it starts to taper off and they want you to do the Sunday show and you refuse to do it, you start doing that shit rather than being like, I got to get it going again. Then you can get yourself in fucking trouble. But like, you know, I don't know how actors do it. I don't know how musicians do it. That shit's fucking hard. But being a stand-up comic, once you start, you know, you've established yourself, you've made a name for yourself. If you never take your foot off the gas pedal and you just keep pushing yourself and you keep doing that, like, you can have the closest thing to job security. But even in his world, dude, like, they could downsize, they could fucking kick him out, and then he's at that weird age. So, dude, this is my advice. Don't quit your job, but I would definitely just start doing it. And there's nothing wrong if you always keep your job and you just do stand-up because you like doing it, or you start a sketch group with your friends and just have fun. And don't listen to any other comedians who are saying, like, you're taking my stage time. It isn't their stage time. All right? It's an art. It doesn't belong to anybody. It's supposed to make you happy and other people happy when you do it. So that's what I would do. All right? So good luck to you, sir. You're not a nervous cunt, okay? You're a fucking normal human being. Stop being hard on yourself.